So we've just had the Hungarian Grand Prix, and the record breakers Red Bull were, brilliant, weren't they? Max Verstappen, he got first into the first corner and off he went. 12 consecutive wins, record breakers, fantastic. And that's where we're going to start with 3 good, 3 bad. Oh, they were brilliant, weren't they? After he got 30-second lead and win by the Red Bull team of Max Verstappen, he was unstoppable today. Really crucial move down into the first corner off the dirty side of the grid. What a fantastic start for him to make that, and he made it count, didn't he? Where will he stop? He's looking for Vettel's record now, isn't he, of 9 consecutive wins for one driver. Absolutely brilliant. Next up, we're going to go for Lando Norris. He was fantastic holding on to that second place, wasn't he? He was getting hunted down by Perez in the end, and even he was fourth or third at one point behind his teammate, and then made the crucial undercut on him, and then held off Perez at the end. Just about found enough space, didn't he, to keep Perez behind. But back-to-back second place finishes for McLaren in 3 different circuits, isn't it? Austria, Silverstone, and now here at Hungary. That car really looks like it's probably second best. Joint with Mercedes, potentially looking at this weekend where their pace was for Mercedes. And Sergio Perez's recovery is the other. What a performance from him, from 9th on the grid to finish 3rd on the podium. He was back to his best, wasn't he? The aggressive, feisty Mexican. We'd seen the moves on George Russell was brilliant on the Ferraris, and even on Oscar Piastri. He really was on the hunt, man on a mission, and what a result. Finally, this is what we needed. Hopefully this will kickstart something of Perez, and we might see him battling Max Verstappen for some wins coming in the next few races, and we'll see a fight for first place at least. Kind of what we've been hoping. He had a massive drop off, and hopefully this is exactly what he needed to resurge and go forward. And then on to the 3 bad. Well, it's Lewis Hamilton's start, wasn't it? Really cost him that. After a fantastic lap onto the podium, onto pole yesterday, the start of the Grand Prix was just really bad, wasn't he? He was straight on the radio apologising to his team after that start, wasn't he, saying, sorry guys, I kind of messed that up. Lost out to Max Verstappen, and then Oscar Piastri got a run on him out of turn 2, and then even Norris around the outside, and that was a brilliant ruse from Norris, wasn't it, to make that move. And there it was the rebuild really of the Mercedes. They really struggled at the early start of the race, and then on the hard tyres they were really slow, both him and George Russell early on. Even Russell lost out a position holding on to them hard as long as he did. Hamilton was so slow, wasn't he? He dropped about 10 or 12 seconds to the McLarens early on them hard tyres. But then that final stint where he came back through, got the move on Piastri, didn't lose Hamilton, and then was close, so close at the end to Perez, and he'll be disappointed, won't he? After getting first, he would have kind of hoped to at least been on the podium, and to miss out on that, he'll be massively disappointed. And then the Ferraris, where was their pace gone? There again, they were really and then coming on to the Ferraris again, they were really slow this weekend, weren't they? Really slow on the hard tyres. They weren't fantastic on the mediums. They were debating all over the radio again of what kind of strategy they should do. Sainz was on the soft and just saying, no, I'm staying out. Just made up his own rules, didn't he, Carlos Sainz? And then Charles Leclerc, he got the penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Just compounded what was not a great weekend for Ferrari. They'll be disappointed. I don't know where their race pace has gone. They just seem to... It's something that they've struggled with, even with last year's car, wasn't it? In the race, where they just were too hard on their tyres, and were they too conservative again? They were the only teams in the top 10, along with Aston Martin actually, that went for a hard set of tyres on the second stop. Everybody else in front of them all on the mediums. So were they too conservative again? And they were saying that they need to be more aggressive after last time out in Silverstone, wasn't it? And have they just done it again? It's probably a Ferrari thing to do at the moment, isn't it? They just seem to be all over the place. And let's hope they can get their act together. Another one there is Aston Martin as well. Where's their pace gone? They were even behind the 2 Ferraris, weren't they? Both Aston Martins. Fernando Alonso, was he's saying after his poor run he's going to make sure we're on the podium every race. I'm not sure where their pace has gone. They were really disappointing again. And finally, just going to finish with a double DNF for Alpine on the first lap. I guess it was not through much fault of their own, wasn't it? It was Zhou Guanyu got a poor start, bogged down, and then that caused all sorts of chaos at the back. Danny Rick going into the back of one of the teams. Zhou Guanyu then braking too late and going into the back of, got 5-second penalty for that also, didn't he? And that caused the two Alpines to collide, and off they went out. Double DNF on the first lap. They'll be mega disappointed. But off we go to Spa for the next race in a week's time, actually, and then we'll have a long break after that. A brilliant circuit, one that I absolutely love, but I just got a feeling that this Red Bull machine is going to be an absolute rocket around Spa, and I can't see anything else but a 13th consecutive win for them there. But let's wait and find out. Watch out for the race driver ratings review following this weekend, coming early next week. And then for the preview of the Spa Grand Prix coming up a few days later. And then for the weekend of Spa, watch out for that. Thanks very much for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment. As always, I'll see you in the next video.